Hi guys, welcome to ExamDebug. Chris McKenna here. So last class we were having a look at how to write to a file, and we created a file something like this, and we put it into the file. This time around we want to read it from the file. So that actually works in a very similar way. What we do is almost the same, or with open the name of the file. In this case, I'm going to read the file, myfile.txt, my_file.txt, comma. Now here's the big difference. Last time we used W or A for append, W was for write. This time we're going to use R for read. And we're going to say as, so what do we want it to be called inside of the program? Again, you can call it anything, give it something meaningful. I only have one file, so I'm going to call it file, but if you had multiple files, do not just call it file or file1, file2. Give it a meaningful name so that other people can read your program, unless there's a reason you don't want them to read your program. Okay, anyway, sorry, so with myfile.txt read as file, and then we just need to do as we did before, file dot, but this time we don't say read, we don't say write, we say read. Now, of course, we want to be able to see what we're reading, so we're going to put it inside of a print. But you could do anything with it. You could stick it in a list. You could, do some kind of if statement. I'm just going to print it, and I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so it's going to read in the whole file. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Okay, which is good. But what if we wanted to deal with it now? What if we wanted to take each line and do something with it? We want it to come in line by line. All we have to do is read line. And then if we run, it's going to just read the first line. Now if we put multiples of these in, I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen. It's going to read the first 3 lines. Now, this is great. We could do that for as many lines as we like, but of course you're often going to be in the situation, say in our situation, we have different songs we're going to read in, and we don't know how many lines there are going to be inside of our file. Different songs have different lengths. And we want to make an all-purpose solution, not just a one-time solution for every single song. That would be way too much work. So what we can do instead is use a lovely for loop and say for, let's say lines. Again, you can say what you like, rows, whatever you want to do, in file. And that's going to take each line, line by line, and in this case I'm going to print line. So it's going to take the first line, it's going to take the first line and assign it to line, print it. It'll go to the next line, assign it to line, print it. Okay, so row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And that works nicely. And probably what you might be doing here is, what we commonly do in situations like this is we would have lines is equal, make a nice little list. And then inside there, we might have something like lines.append line. And then at the end, we could print lines. Obviously, you probably do something a bit more fancy with it. But you can see this way we could put our stuff. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let's do it again. I really wish it would open windows the same size as I left them last. That's kind of annoying. I just can't. Oh dear. Okay. Just do it that way then. I have lost my tactile whatever. Okay, but you'll see it's going to add these all to a list. But notice it's going to add in this new line character. And so there's a better way we can deal with when we want to read in data from a file, and that's going to be dealing with it as a CSV file. And we're going to see how we do that in the next video. But this is fine for writing and reading in simple text, but really for data, you don't want to do it as text. Well, you do want to do it as text, but you want to do it as a special kind of formatted text called a CSV file, and we'll have a look at that in the next video. But that should give you a reasonable clue as to how to read and write to normal text files. Any questions or comments, give me a shout below, and I'll try and answer your questions. Good luck.